Hey guys, Mike D here again with another beer review. Today we're gonna try, or well, I'm gonna try. Hopefully you do too sometime. My favorite beer, and mind, I haven't had them all for sure. There's still plenty out there to try. Um, but this is my favorite. This is the Newcastle Brown Ale right here. You can see. I believe it's 1 pint. Yeah, 1 pint bottle right here. I don't have a pint glass like I should. I just have regular glass right here. Is this a pint glass? It's like a 12-ounce glass, I think. Maybe I can. I'm not sure exactly who brewed at the Tadcaster Brewing, Tadcaster, United Kingdom. Imported. So it's an imported beer. Maybe that's why it's so good. I don't know. Let me do some research on it here real quick. Newcastle Brown Ale. Newcastle, Wilson, blah, blah, blah. Originally produced in Newcastle upon Tyne, but not brewed by Heineken but now brewed by Heineken at the John Smith's Brewery. So it's a Heineken beer. Um, its color is red-brown. It's supposed to be a brown ale. Um, as you can see, it's almost red. Looks more red than it does brown. Which my flashlight's over here. I'll grab my flashlight real quick. I mean, they say drink it chilled, so I mean it's not super cold right now. It's definitely chilled. As you can see, that's kind of the color right there. And my opinion might be a little how do you say what's that word I'm looking for? Biased. I'd be a little biased because this is my favorite beer. But let's drink it. It's got a different smell than most beers. Kind of smells a little sweeter. I think it's a rice beer. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. Yeah, I should have chilled this glass before I poured this in here, but I guess it'll warm up the beer a little bit so the beer's not so cold, because you're supposed to drink it chilled, not super cold anyways. So in the glass it looks a little bit darker. That's probably just the glass. You can see it has a little head, you know, just enough for me, quite frankly, just enough. Um, Smells good, tastes good. Let's taste it. Man, I just love this beer. I love this beer. It's got a nice caramel kind of taste to it, really. But so in essence, it's kind of a sweet taste. There's no real bitterness. That I mean, it's a little bitterness, but it's hard to call it bitter when it's more sweet than bitter. And it's not too sweet either. It's when you say sweet beer, people sometimes are like, "Oh no, sweet beer." You're like, I really like sweet beer. Um, it's not really sweet, but it's kind of sweet. It's not overwhelming. Nothing about this beer is too overwhelming. What's surprising to me about this beer is it's surprisingly light for a dark beer. Kind of like when I was reviewing the Hurricane, I was kind of like, this is kind of heavy for a light beer. Well, this is kind of light for a darker beer. And I wouldn't call this the darkest beer, but it looks pretty dark, and it doesn't taste dark. It has that nice full taste to it, and a lot of taste, but it has that kind of crisp, light, very very drinkable taste. It's crisp and light for a dark beer, and it still has flavor. So really, I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds here, and I really appreciate that about this beer. Um, Off with the hat. The only wearing the hat because my hair is a mess, so I'm not gonna hide it anymore though. So, you guys see my messy hair. Um, so yeah, Mike D here, just reviewing the Newcastle Brown Ale. Um, a few things I'll say before I go is, man, I'm enjoying this beer right now. If you haven't tried it, I think you're definitely missing out, especially if you like beer. If you like beer, I'm mostly sure that you've probably tried it because it's just a great beer. It really is. Um, so if I were gonna rate this beer out of 10, mine I might be a little biased. I'm gonna have to give it. I'm gonna have to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Once again, this is my favorite beer, so I might be a little biased, but I feel like that's a fair rating for this beer. Oh, and also to mention, I do like the clear bottle. Clear bottle's nice. So you can see, you can read that. You can pause it on that or something if you want and read that. Because I don't have too much time, so I don't have the over 10 minutes viewing or making video thing, but it's all good. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Peace.